Hello, traders. One of the things that made my journey really, really difficult, in fact, what made it an uphill task was that I lacked proper mentorship from the onset. And that was maybe largely, okay, a part was due to myself, then also maybe the person or the persons that helped me through that foundational stage. But I could remember at some point the person that was teaching me would be like, calm down, take it easy, this, that. But you, somebody that wants to make money, it just looked like advising someone in a relationship, advising someone in love, not to love the lady or something. That was the mindset I had at the time. So I was just like a lady in love, and I was in love with Forex. When I was not trading, I thought I was wasting my life. I didn't really understand that in Forex, hard work is, I don't know how to put it, but hard work does not necessarily mean that you will be profitable. Yes, there's a disparity between hard work and smart work, and even the right work. Well, I could put that for smart work. So I felt like I'll wake up early in the morning. I would be in the chart from 6 a.m. till market close, except when I don't have money again. So if I don't have money, I could just be analyzing. But so long there is money, I, I, I knew sections and all of that, but I was not really obeying and listening to all those things because I believed if I worked harder and harder and harder and harder, I would make it eventually. But it doesn't work like that in Forex. There is a time not to do nothing. There is a time to do something. So it's just for you to understand those peculiarities and also your brother will wake up in the morning. From morning 6 a.m., I would analyze, I would enter London session, trade from London. Possibly in London session, I'll make like $100, $50, 150 or more, depending. Then that same, I will still enter the New York session. New York, I might make, if it was a good day, I could make extra. I will still be there to Asia session. You know what will happen? Maybe in the Asia session, I either lose half of what I've made or I even lose for some time. Sometimes I'll lose it in the New York session. Like it was crazy. I was totally wrong. The approach was wrong. Well, that was what I was seeing then, because at some point the person teaching me also had some psychology or emotional issues. No, he was a great trader. I mean, he had the skill. I wouldn't lie. He had the skill, you know. And he also exposed me to materials and listened to me. Who was he? I listened to Dapper Willis. I read his course through that mentor of mine then, or teacher of mine, because, yeah, maybe I could call him also mentor at the time, yeah. He was actually the one I had with me. So the Willis University, I watched all, analyzed all. I mean, I'm bad. I'm forgetting most of the names. Is it Jeffrey Benson? I've forgotten these forex mentors, but I was listening and reading about everything and anybody. I'll go to YouTube. I will go to this. Ah, I lost myself. See, forex is not just working hard. I mean, it is sad. It is contradictory to what generally the society has taught us about hard work and all. In forex, you have to work hard in the right things. Work hard to have the right psychology. Work hard to obey your system and your trading plan. Work hard to study the chart, but don't work hard to be in the trade all the time. That will be counterproductive. And that was how my case was. I mean, what did I do? What didn't I do? On Saturdays, I was looking for cryptocurrency to trade. Even on Sundays, like I was all about the market because the mindset was to work hard. But after it took me about a year or so to finally agree with myself that this is not going any, certainly I lost very big first year. So the second year I felt I had, better skills. At least experience is also an advantage, that I had some experiences and I also felt I had maybe because after humongous losses, very big losses, I would just go and say, this is my plan. Whenever I lose 20%, I will stop trading. When I lose 20, I would look for money fund again. In fact, I stopped trading when I didn't have money again. I went as far as borrowing. Online, the money I made for them, it is well. I was borrowing because I saw the opportunity. I was like, oh, one trade would cover it. Won't I finally make it? How much is the interest set? Just $2, just $5, just $10. This is what I will make in it. These were possibilities, strong possibilities. I could make that in the trade or the next trade. But what if I didn't make it? See, in forex trading, ask yourself, what if? That's why after so many years, about 3 years plus of toiling, never being profitable because how do you check profitability at the end of the month? It's not that I've had close to $1,000 trade and all of that, 700, all of those things is nothing. Having those single trades, and mind you, the money is not big, but in comparison to my equity or my capital, it was a big one. When you're using less than $100 to make 700 and 800 and close to 1,000, that's good, good profit and risk to reward ratio, extremely good. In fact, someone like me now, I will close that profit and possibly withdraw a good chunk, more than 60%. Rest, go and buy food, go and enjoy life. Maybe another session if I still wanted to trade, I will trade. If not, I'll wait for the next day or for maybe the next opportunity. Plan your trade there. Me, I never planned nothing. My brain was always working hard and alive. Hmm. I use SNS. My broker is SNS. So we at the end of the month they will send us what is it called now? Statement of report and all of that. Yeah, I enter more than 100 trades. What is 100? In a day, I could enter 20, be in profit, be in loss. And I was not really a scalper. That's even the funny thing. If I was a scalper, like full blown scalper, I can understand. You are making small, small chunks here and there. That was not it. I was not a scalper, but I was entering trades back to back in a day. Minimum would be like 20, 30 loss, profit, this. Imagine what happens when you start trading from 6 or 7 a.m. in the morning till maybe when you blow the account or you are something else, maybe something else comes up that you have to do. I was trading even on transit. There was no way I would have been profitable like that. On transit, when I don't have my laptop, obviously I started trading without a laptop, but after some months, I got a laptop and all. So I could just do some analysis on the laptop because I was in love with the idea of trading. At the end of the day, we are all here to make money. Nothing again. It doesn't matter your system, your strategy, whatever. Are you profitable? Are you consistently profitable? That's all. Are you making money? Let's not even speak English. Are you making money? And how you would find out that you're making money is at the end of the week or at the end of the day. That's number one. At the end of the week, number two. At the end of the month, at the end of a quarter, maybe 2 quarters or a year. In fact, the best is in a month or a quarter or even a year. If you are profitable, then you can say that yes. But if not, you are robbing Peter to pay Paul. You make 1,000 today, you lose 800 the next day. Maybe the other time you make 500, you lose 1,000 too. At the end of the day, this is how your chart will be going. I don't care about how the charts are, the profit and loss chart. I don't care. But the thing I care is that don't give back the market your profit. When you make a good profit, I think experts says 3 to 1 is a good 2 or 3 to 1 is a good place to be. 3 to 1, if you go for trades that are 3 to 1, risk to reward ratio. Also, why is it nice to do 3 to 1? So that if you enter 10 trades and you lose 5 and made 5, 3 to 1, you are still profitable. That's just the wisdom of 3 to 1. In 2 to 1, if you enter 10 trades and you lose 5, you just have half of your profit. It's still okay. So let's make the analogy now. You are risking $100, right? Per trade. Okay, let's even bring it down, because most of us are newbie traders, so just started out, you might not be risking $100 as it is. So let's assume that you have $100 account, like that's the least, I mean, possibly the least for most brokers. But mine, I think you can go as low as even 12, $14 thereabout. But let's just work with the analogy that you have $100 as your capital and you are risking $10. So $10 will give you 10 opportunities, right? Yeah, 10 opportunities. And in $10, you were able to take 10 opportunities, and in the 10 opportunities, you made, that is the risk to reward ratio is 2 to 1. You are risking $10 to make $20. So in the first five trades, you made $20 in five, which is $100. You have made what your capital, like you 100% of your capital, you've made that already, right? So you now lose $10. So at the end of the day, in the 10 trades, five went in your direction, five did not. You will still have $50 as profit for that day. This is a good risk to reward ratio. How many traders make $50 and they have bigger money to set up their shop? They have bigger expenses to run. Their time is tied up and stuff like that. So 2 to 1 is also a good one. However, 3 to 1, if you do 3 to 1, that's $30. So in five trips, you are making $150, right? So when you make $150 and you lose five because you are risking $10, so you've lost $50. So you still have $100. That is to say, you've made 100% of your capital just risking $10 per trade. And in 10 trades, that you lost five even though, because it's not so much about the skill. I mean, what is in Forex? Anybody can just close your eyes and do which one, buy or sell. And it can go in your direction. So the direction is not even as your bias, directional bias. It's easy. I mean, who doesn't know when the thing is selling, when it's going down? You could just use your structure, your candles, your, what is it called, trend line, and even the colors, even. I mean, those are very, very basic things to use to know when it is selling or buying. And you could place a trade and it will go in your direction. But what happens when it does not go in your direction? That is the most important. What if? What if it does not go in your direction? Will it blow your account? Will you have the next thing to use to try for the next day? That was the biggest problem I had. If it went against me, I don't have money the next day. And that's why when I enter, I can't stop looking at it because I had over leverage. Imagine I had like the $100 and I risk $10. I can close it. If I lose $10, I would rest. Or I would try again later. But no, I have $100, I have risked 50 or $60. I don't even do that. I put as many as it can contain. And I was doing unlimited. Okay? I was doing unlimited in my leverage. Instead of me to do 1 to 50 or 1:500, which is what I encourage my students to do. I did 1:1,000, 1:2,000, unlimited. So with $10, I can stack so much that I'll be seeing $100 within an hour, within 30 minutes. And imagine what happens if, it goes against you and you don't have a backup. Then you will now see an A plus setup, because it had happened to me severally. I would be fighting in the trade, trying to trade, because I mean, I felt that being a forex trader means that the same way you approach traditional work, the same way you approach forex trading, you wake up in the morning, brush, prepare, you start, you go to work the same way 9 to 5 or 8 to 5 hours do it, and you work till the end. No, in forex, you need to be a lazy person when it comes to placing trades sometimes, depending the kind of trader you are anyway. Don't be, me not to trade in a day and I have money. The thing I'm doing must be too serious and too time consuming that I cannot trade. It doesn't mean not to place a trade. I would rather place it, do the analysis with my phone. That's that's even an analysis. But trade must be running. It was really bad. So guys, please learn from my journey. That's the essence of this video. I'll see you in the next one. This is just Lawyer.